Hi guys, this is Rashmi and welcome to my YouTube channel. So recently in my vlog I told you that my INI-CET was nice and I had a very positive attitude about the exam and I reviewed it. So today I'm going to discuss about what I faced during my preparation, because you know that I had a break of like 1.5 years and then I started preparing and I prepared for like 4 months and then gave this exam. So how I prepared in this 4 months, and I am not saying that I'm going to suggest you something, but I'm just going to share with you and a lot of medical students and post interns and people preparing out there can relate with me. Like, stay with me. Yeah, you're gonna feel like, okay, there are somebody outside who also feels the same. So let's continue. So first I'm gonna discuss that what I studied in this 4 months. So we had this fear that I had very less time for this exam, so I was like, okay, let's stick to the revision notes, which was not very ideal for me, but I had the only choice. Like, you have to choose one, so we cannot go with the books and the main videos. So I was reading revision notes and giving T&Ds, which was like a very lengthy from other platforms, and doing MCQ videos, like focusing more on questions rather than the content, because like at some point I believe that I have did MBBS and I have like passed at least without any back or something, so maybe it might be in my head. So at last I faced a problem that I wasn't able to remember the whole thing even from the revision notes. So at last I read from Physicswallah Med Ed revision notes. It was rapid revision notes. So it was the concise notes, and it was like at one glance you can just revise the whole subject. So for the main subjects I would tell you that it was really good, and if I want to revise it like very quickly, I'm gonna revise it again from Med Ed only, like the very shortest revision, and like you are getting द होल कंटेंट एट वंस. लाइक एक होता है ना कि एग्ज़ाम से पहले कोई एक बंदा आपको सब कुछ बता दे. तो आई लाइक्ड दैट. अदरवाइज बिफोर आई यूज टू जस्ट सॉल्व GTs from there and Q bank. I just liked Med Ed in one thing, that they cost very less. Like, there is some offer going on, Diwali offer right now, of 62% off, and for first second year people, like for every year it's like 4,400 something, and for the rapid revision batch for post intern it's like 5,000. You open the app, you'll feel like you are in a standard platform, okay, and the things are very smooth. Like, I would suggest you just try once, because I have seen people in the first year, they don't buy the coaching apps because they're very costly. They think, okay, we'll do it in our second year or third year. I would say, just if you are like facing this kind of issue, that just buy these courses, like, and this will not make you feel like you are lagging behind or anything. So nice approach from Physicswallah, really. If you're thinking to buy, then you can use the link below and the code in the description. Guys, first of all the doctors out there preparing, and all the MBBS student, like, people think that students from AIIMS Delhi, it's very easy for you to, it's very easy for them to compete, and that is true also, because you get an edge that you were from a very good college. But I would tell you one thing, one secret, that if it doesn't matter, it really doesn't matter from which college you are. If you have the knowledge, about the subject, it doesn't matter. Like, I have seen that in my college, like, people who were topper, who were always topper, and who also got rank under 10, they study in a way, when you will see them studying, then you will feel like, okay, they actually deserve it. So let's come to the problem that what I faced. I was in a kind of a crisis in the middle. I used to get into crisis that I wasn't a very bright student in my college. I was just able to pass, and I don't have that edge that all other students of my batch had, like the toppers had, and that I was lacking. Plus, as you know, like, I did not have that interest to go and do the residency, because MBBS was already exhausting, and I believe that a lot of people can relate with me, because as we have seen JRs working so hard, and like, sometimes it feels like, are we ready for it or not? But I would tell you that after a while, like taking a break of 1.5 year, I thought that okay, like it is just work and we have to go through it. And then I decided that, Rashmi, that you have to be determined on one decision, that either you want to do it or not. So I just wrote one thing, that put your head down and just study. I had this one mentality in my head that okay, fine, even if I don't get it, like whatever I'm going to study, at least I will become a better MBBS student. So this mentality actually helped me, because this was not just for a one day. It used to come every time whenever I was studying, and like it was a kind of loop, like you're studying, you're exhausted, then you kind of think that okay, why we are doing it, we already did 12th very with a lot of enthusiasm, then we dropped, when we went to college, and then MBBS was even more tough, then we even passed it, and again the same competition, like how much we have to study. And even you will listen from the relatives also, that कि कितना पढ़ना होता है, इतना क्या पढ़ना होता है, मेडिकल अच्छा नहीं है, इंजीनियरिंग कर लेते हो उससे अच्छा. But we have come into it, and we have maybe a lot of people did not know what was the path. I was one of them, because we didn't have parents or any brother or sister who were a doctor. So I think a lot of people watching me might be in the same case. अब जैसे आपके पेरेंट्स अगर डॉक्टर होते हैं, या भैया भैया या कोई भी फैमिली में होते हैं डॉक्टर, then you get a edge, okay, that okay, that person did it, so we are gonna just follow that. Like in my case, till 12th standard, my life was like very smooth academically, because everyone did the same thing. But after it became a struggle, a challenge, that how to proceed now, because everyone actually, whoever prepared, actually did not compete it. So like for me also, it was kind of a crisis, that why we have to go through this kind of competition again, and NEET PG and INICET is even more tough than competing NEET UG. So guys, we are not alone, I am also in this. And I don't know what is going to happen in my result, but still my plan is to give NEET PG, because what happens, that people join PG in AIIMS or any other college, and they somewhat don't like it, or they don't feel like being in that department, then you need to have another option to join another college or another department. So in that way, NEET PG, if I will give NEET PG, I will have that option to select any other college, some other college other than AIIMS, then like I will have that option. So I am not going to waste my time, and I'm going to study. So one difficulty during my preparation, that the whole crisis in my head, that should I do it, should I not do it. But at the end of the day, I used to come to the one thing, at least you will become a better MBBS doctor by reading these topics. Plus as I told you, I joined TND from Bhatia. Then it was kind of very exhausting for me to sit for 14 hours and listen to them. But it was very very high yielding sessions. By it was very high yielding, but the problem was that I used to not remember stuff. When I used to go and give paper again, and I used to not get better marks. So I was like, what was this 14 hours for? Results are not out, but I think I have figured out what mistakes I did in this 4 5 months. Was I always thought that the less time was very less, but actually time is very sufficient. Like I would tell you, I revised it like 3 4 times, previous year questions and the revision notes, and I would have just read one thing properly. Like I was like, I have to finish everything. Nothing was finished, so everything was like half eaten. So I think I would just one conclusion I came, that 4 months, even just 4 months, are enough to complete the 19 subjects. And in the 19 subjects, like medicine, you don't have to study also, like there are just few topics which you have to cover. So a lot of students waste a lot of time in medicine. So that I realized, that one day I was watching this TND of medicine, like it was for 6 days. I was like, I was watching, and then I talked to my friends that I'm not even able to listen to sir because it is so much exhausting. Then they told me that just don't do only medicine, because like I wasted a lot of time in doing medicine also for a few weeks actually. Then I had a problem in micro, that from where to read. So finally, when I read from a lot of platforms, okay, but from where did I like it? When I read from Bhatia, then I did TND, okay. And in TND, I actually understood micro for the first time. Three problems which I faced, and maybe after result, I will be able to figure out more of my mistakes, and more of things will be clear, and I will be sharing with you. So the main thing is like the one thing which just like can keep you going can be just okay, just prepare and become a better MBBS doctor. At least that is the one thing which can, which is the least thing which can make you keep going. And if you just study for the knowledge, it is always there. Like if you just chase knowledge, you are gonna get successful. Like last time when I gave an INI-CET, and I was like, I don't want to do PG, but it took me like 1 year, it took me 1.5 year to come to the realization that Rashmi, let's just do it. This is the best option, even though it feels like a hard path that you have to get into that rat race, but this rat race is worth it. Even if I want to pursue something else, but competing this exam will actually make me a better doctor. At least my MBBS will be worthwhile. If I compete, I will feel more comfortable. Main problem is it's not like the relatives tell you, it's actually you question yourself, that we are only questioning ourselves, that are we competent enough, are we gonna compete it, are we gonna get the department what we want. But ठीक है, like अगर लगे रहोगे तो हो जाएगा. I know this for a lot of people it comes as a shock when in MBBS only, when we get to know that again in NEET PG there is a huge competition, and it's like at one point why did we enter it. But if guys you have did MBBS, you have completed MBBS, and I'm telling you, you can do this also. My head have a great fight always daily, that why are you doing it, you wanted to do something else, don't do this, like it's not worthwhile, this the whole tension, the whole exhaustion. Because I used to fall sick, and I used to get fever, and I used to like a lot of medical issues used to come during my preparation. But I was like, no, we have decided on the day one that we are going to do it, and we're not going to do it for getting a rank right now. We are just going to do it to become a better doctor. So guys, I'm with you. I'm going to give NEET PG also in 2024, and if I don't get a better seat in this exam, I'm going to give May session also. So I am with you, and we'll just figure out how to prepare, and we'll share our stuff. And just remember, there is one girl in the world who is suffering with the same crisis of medical field. So we are gonna figure out how to deal with this, and we are gonna go that side also. This is all I want to say, and let's see what the result comes. Like, it is just 2-3 days more.